Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Joeboy Racing. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing all of my bets that I had at the weekend as well as some other talking points that I want to go over from the weekend's action. So let's get stuck into it. In the first race guys, the 225 at Haydock, my selection Sweet Francaise got an absolutely cracking ride from Joe Fanning, front running ride, put the rest of the field to sleep. They were all pretty much flat out as he's come off the bridle. And yeah, really nice performance for them, Philly. I thought that was sort of how the race was going to work out because there wasn't that much early pace on. Joe Fanning managed to get to the front and just run the race exactly how the horse wanted. So a nice little win there. Tipped up at 16 to 2, no, 13 to 2. So it got us off to a nice start. I didn't actually realise, guys, that you could actually get 8 to 1 about it on Sky a couple hours after recording. So apologies, I didn't put a pinned comment up about that price, but yeah, I'll try and pay more attention to that in the future. Moving on to the second race, guys, at Newmarket, the 340. I've put up Midnight Tango, the selection, advised at 5 to 1. Oh, I'm a little bit sick. I've watched this one back a couple of times. Obviously, the horse got absolutely tonked in the market. I think he's ended up going off 7 to 4 fav when Dance to the Music was 11 to 10, I believe, or 5 to 4, something really short for a long time. So there was a lot of market support for this one, and I was licking my lips after getting the win, the first winner off the board as well with Sweet Francais. But yeah, I need you to get stuck into the comments and let me know if you think I'm overreacting or if you agree with me on this, because the horse settled lovely at the back, exactly what I was hoping, and then he's managed to sort of come into trouble. Now I know there was a small gap that's opened, but if he was on the outside, you see how quick the turn of foot was for the horse to finish off the race. He's almost finished up beside second place, and he covered that distance in like 50 yards, 100 yards max. And yeah, I just couldn't. It felt to me like he's managed to run into trouble in a five-runner race, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, obviously, we don't know if things would have been different if he was on the outside, but you see the turn of foot come in when he had running room. He had to switch out all the way wide, and by then the race was miles gone. So let me know in the comments, guys. I might just be being a little bit bitter because obviously I've had money up, I've put it up as a selection, but the market fancied it. A lot of people fancied it. And yeah, I need to know what you guys think. So get stuck into the comments. Am I overreacting, or was it a stinking ride from Oisin Murphy there? I was chuffed when the jockey bookings come out. I thought this is absolutely perfect. He's going to be able to deliver late, and yeah, I definitely thought the others were there for the taking, but it wasn't to be. So we'll move on to the next one. In the 430 at Ascot, guys, a Class 2 handicap over 1 mile. I really liked Arisaig for this. Got again another one that got a lot of market support. I think he's ended up going off second fav, 5 to 1 or something like that, 5.5 to 1. I've put it up at 9 to 1 as my selection. I can't be as disappointed with the jockey here as with Oisin Murphy, because obviously Oisin Murphy's a top jockey and there was a lot less horses in that Midnight Tango race. However, with Arisaig he's going to get held up at the back. You're going to need to try and get a clear run in later on in the race as things develop. And he's stuck Arisaig in 4 deep on the rail. I mean, obviously it made headway when it switched out into the centre of the track once it got a bit of breathing room. But again, the race was gone. It was staying on really strong. I think he's ended up coming fifth. But yeah, another one disappointed with the jockey there. I mean, surely the trainer spoken to him and said, he said it beforehand, in the on the ITV interview. The trainer said, yeah, he needs a little bit of luck at the end, and it's one that likes to run late and develop in late. So you've got to give her a chance and stick her out a little bit wider with clear running room. That's of my opinion anyway. Obviously, it didn't sting as much as Midnight Tango because it's not the regular jockey. There were more horses in the race, and also I had an each way bet on it. I didn't have a massive play on it at 9 to 1. So again, get in the comments, guys. Am I just overreacting? Am I being bitter, or do you think that there was some poor horsemanship going on in those two races. Hats off to EBT's guard, by the way, as well. He's run 2 crackers on the bounce. I know he didn't win last time out at Goodwood, but was super impressive. Obviously, quite high up in the handicap as well, what most people believed, and he's delivered a really nice ride there. Obviously, I mentioned I like Running Lion as well. Running Lion ran a good race, drifted a little bit off the rail, and it just give EBT's guard that chance to swipe up the rail there and snatch victory. So fair play to EBT's guard. Moving on to my final selection for the Saturday over at the Curragh. Obviously, I put a short video up, guys, relating to the race before the big Group 1 race, the Phoenix Sprint Stakes. My selection was Nighteyes. I knew she was going to come into things late, you know, with a late run. That's how she likes to run her races. By then, the race was miles gone. The pace was just too quick for her to get involved. I think if Nighteyes steps up to 7 furlongs, then she'd definitely be interesting. I think that would suit her a lot better than the 6 furlongs. However, great performance from Bucanero Fuerte. You could get a nice price about him as well. I think he's ended up going off 5 to 1, 5.5 to 1, around there. I can't believe how much Ides of March got tonked in. I think he ended up going off favourite. Let's have a look. He's ended up going off 5 to 2 favourite, and you could get 18s, I think 16s about him when I was putting a video out. So didn't fancy him at all. He's finished midfield, I think. Another cracking race from another one of my favourite horses, my mate Alfie. Just couldn't get the job done in what turned out to be a great weekend for Ammo Racing as well. So unfortunate Nighteyes didn't get the job there. I thought there was some each way value to be had. I know I tipped it up at 10s. I thought it would drift out to that 14 to 1 mark, which it ended up doing. Unfortunately, just finished a place too far to get us some each way profit return there. So all in all, guys, didn't have the best weekend with the selections. Obviously, it's always nice to get one winner. You can't complain with one winner, especially at a decent price as well. However, I do feel a bit aggrieved this time because I think Midnight Tango should have won. I think Arisaig would have had a lot better chance with sorry to say it, a proper jockey on board. So let me know in the comments, guys, how you got on at the weekend, if you had any winners, and what you thought of the horsemanship on Arisaig and Midnight Tango. I mentioned what a great weekend it was for Ammo Racing at the Curragh. I'm a little bit sick about this one. If you guys obviously watched the channel before, you know that I put up Power Blue to take on True Love last time out a few weeks ago at the Curragh, and True Love absolutely bolted up, left Power Blue for dead. So honestly, I didn't even bother looking at this race because obviously Gestat was in as well when I was doing my preview. And yeah, even when Gestat was taken out, I did not think Power Blue would be able to reverse the form at all because of what a hiding he got last time. So hats off to Power Blue. Let me know in the comments whether you would have stuck with him after getting thrashed by True Love last time out, or if you would have jumped off him as well. So be interesting to know your thoughts there. Finally, guys, I wanted to get your thoughts. What about the Shergar Cup in general, that whole day's racing at Ascot? I mean, obviously there were some good horses there. It's not so much the races, but I just thought the jockey bookings were poor. I think it could be a really good event, you know, if they had top class international jockeys there. I'm not trying to put down any of the jockeys that have turned up at all, but I just thought that it sort of put a slight negative on what could be a really good event. I don't like the whole team thing anyway, you know, with this ITV Racing League as well. It's not for me. Obviously, if you guys like it, that's great. I'm not gonna slate anyone for enjoying it because I love, you know, I'll watch any horse racing, but for me, it just, I don't know, it just don't feel right. So get stuck into the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are about it. And last but not least, guys, I just wanted to say a massive thank you. I've hit 100 subscribers. I know, obviously, in the grand scheme of things, that's not, you know, a huge number. Like some people have ridiculous amount of subscribers, but for me, I thought it was going to take a lot longer than what it has done for me to hit this number. So just want to say a massive thank you for all the support, all the nice comments that I get, loads of likes. It's just been lovely. So yeah, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you guys, would you like me to do more in my previews? When I do my previews, would you like me to do, especially with the bigger cards like at Goodwood, do you want me to give my opinion on every single race that's coming up? Obviously, I will tell you if I'm not having a bet on those horses that I think will win, and I will make it clear what my selections that I will be betting on myself. But at the minute, I just put up my selections that I'm betting on, because sometimes, you know, when you watch these other people reviewing, they don't make it clear sometimes what they're actually having a bet on themselves, and they just put an opinion up for a race. You know, it does seem a little bit disingenuous. Obviously, I would say, no, I'm not having a bet in this race. It's too tight for me, but I think X will win, or I think Y will win because of X reason. So let me know down in the comments if that's what you'd like to see, guys. I love getting stuck into all the research and looking at speed figures and form and watching replays and stuff like that. So, and I do for most of the races anyway. I have an opinion of who I think is going to win. It's just whether I'll be parting with my money on it. So, I was just interested to know if you want me to extend these previews a little bit that I put out and get stuck into the whole card, especially at bigger meetings. Obviously, for this weekend, probably not so much because we had racing from 3 different courses and some of the grade of racing wasn't, you know, top quality. I myself prefer betting on the bigger, you know, class 1 listed, group 2, group 3, group 1 races. So I was just interested to get your thoughts, guys. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do that going forward for meetings such as York coming up in a couple of weeks. So that's the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Get stuck into them comments as always. Let me know if you think I'm overreacting about the rides that a couple of my selections got just because they lost. We managed to put up another winner again. We got a nice little run of winners going on, so hopefully we can continue that next weekend. I think there's some good racing at Newbury. I think there's a couple of races. I think there's a class 1 listed race at Salisbury as well in the week, midweek, so I'll be having a look at that. I will put a full-length video out if I've got a couple of selections, like always. If I've only got the one, I may put a short out because a lot of you guys said to keep putting those shorts out. And fingers crossed, we can pick another couple of winners. If you like the videos, guys, give it a like. If you're new here, give me a subscribe. Like I say, loads more content coming. And as always, happy punting.